What's up everyone, welcome back to my channel. Today I want to talk about all the anime I've been watching lately. Some being extremely good and some being extremely bad and boring. And you know, one of those animes you just kind of watch because the other episodes aren't out yet for the good ones you're watching. Some animes I'm even having to rewatch the first season because it's been so long since some of them were aired and the second seasons are just coming out. Like for instance, Vinland Saga. Vinland Saga, for those that don't know, is a really good anime. Vikings fighting, a lot of fucking anger and emotion in the show. Basically, it's a kid who his dad gets killed and he rides around with a killer until he grows older and tries to kill him. Great anime, great anime. There's a lot of parts I don't remember about it and I just want to rewatch it before I watch season 2, which it's only like 2 episodes out so far. So I'm probably gonna let that build up also so I can just binge watch it. Great anime to enjoy. Another anime I'm actually letting build up is One Piece. One Piece, the anime that never ends, the anime that will probably be going on 10 years from now, like no BS, you know what I mean? It's one of those animes that are extremely well done, but they tend to kind of drag on a lot of the episodes. There's so many fillers. I've skipped a lot of the One Piece fillers. I've skipped all of the One Piece fillers if I'm not sure. I try to do my best to skip them because it's just, it was such a long anime. The last thing you want to do is watch a shit ton of fillers. Right now they're in the Wano arc and it feels like they've been in the Wano arc for the last 2 years. They've been in the same fucking fight for the last fucking 3 months, 6 months, I think. I don't know if many of you remember back when Dragon Ball Z would air, the original Dragon Ball Z. When they're on planet Namek, they always made a lot of memes of how long it took just for the fucking planet to explode when he was fighting Frieza, when Goku was fighting Frieza. And this is how One Piece kind of feels. They'll be fighting for non-stop episodes. They'll do a little cutscene to the left, to the right in each episode, and they'll come back and Sanji's still fighting this big-ass dinosaur. Zoro's still fighting this big-ass dinosaur. And it's literally nothing but that for 6 months. Like, it's really annoying with One Piece in that aspect, so that's why I'm letting it build up. And I already read forward in the manga, but I still want to watch it and animated. Great anime to watch. I'm really enjoying it. It's just, it gets boring as fuck sometimes. Another anime I'm currently watching, that this one's an isekai. For some reason they came out with a lot of isekais this season. They always do. They never, you know, really hold back on that, but I just saw a lot of the recommended on my Crunchyroll. One of them being Campfire Cooking in Another World with My Absurd Skills, which to be honest is actually pretty good. I think it's just good because I enjoy eating. I think we all just enjoy eating. Food shows are pretty popular in general, so food animes are extremely popular. So that was a pretty good one. Nothing really profound about the storyline. Just some random guy who looks like a fucking great value version of the Shield hero. Basically 4 heroes are summoned and his main power, his ability, is only being able to cook. Meanwhile, the other ones are all fancy and got these extra powers. Kind of like the Shield hero, how he was only able to defend, so they thought he was weak. And it's the same shit. His food makes people level up faster. It is that type of plot, you know, nothing too crazy, but it's an enjoyable anime if you just like food and seeing him cook, which I do. So I do recommend that one. I think that one's pretty good. Another one I tried to watch is called Ningen Fushin Adventurers Who Don't Believe in Humanity Will Save the World. This one I think kind of sucks. Like, I watched it, it was just some background noise, to be honest. It's basically 4 adventurers. Each of them get banned or exiled or fired from their respective guilds or cities or whatever, and they all meet up at this like bar and they drink and get to know each other, and then the story begins. It's really not that good, to be honest. I don't recommend it. It's something you kind of watch when there's nothing else to watch and you just have to watch some anime, I guess. But another anime I'm really excited for that I watched season 1 of recently is Nagatoro-san. Second season's already out. The first season is extremely good. It's extremely fun to watch. The art style, the teasing of the characters. It's one of those animes you can just kind of chill back and watch, similar to that one anime with the dragon maid. So it's one of those just kickback slice of life. I don't want to say slice of life. Is it a slice of life? I'm not too sure. I have to check, but it's a chill anime to watch. It's funny, it's quirky, it's, you know, kickback. I'm sure the second season is just as good. Another anime I plan on watching soon is Bungo Stray Dogs. The second, no, not even second season, they're like on season 4, I think. Some new episodes have just came out, and Bungo Stray Dogs is a very good anime as well. It's nothing too crazy, but it has a mafia type vibes in it, so it's pretty exciting. A lot of, you know, action and betrayal and mystery. So if you're a fan of any of those type of things, Bungo Stray Dogs is one to definitely try out. Another one, this was more on the romance comedy side of things, kind of like Nagatoro-san, is Tomo-chan is a boy, Tomo-chan is a girl, I mean. But that's basically the whole premise of the show. She dresses like a boy and is a tomboy and has a best friend who she likes, but he doesn't see her as a girl because they just kind of grew up like that and they're more like homies more than anything, and she tries to kind of give him hints and shit like that so he can kind of start to like her or notice that she likes him. And it's a bunch of funny quirky shit that just goes on in the anime. It's extremely funny. It's a great show to watch overall. Definitely recommend it. I think like episode 4 is barely out. Definitely a good one. I'm definitely happy with that show. Now for those of you that like horror anime or anything kind of creepy and that type of genre, on Netflix, they just released a 12 episode series of Junji Ito's work. I'm like on episode 3, and I've never really read his books, to be honest. I've skimmed through a few of them, and they're extremely creepy on paper. And the thing with that type of horror, it usually hits a lot harder on paper than it does on TV, if you know what I mean. Like those type of black and white pages also add to the effect of the creepiness. Having it all in color and moving can kind of take away from the show a little bit. It's a little wonky from time to time, like it's not as scary, but some episodes are just weird. Like he's really creepy. It's some real creepy shit, like just like weird and creepy. I don't know if many of you watched Goosebumps back in the day, back in like I think it's like a 1990s show. I watched it when I was growing up, and it's basically where like some weird ass shit happens, and there's always like a cliffhanger at the end. There's no like ending to it. It's just like someone kills someone or some weird shit happens, some ghosts, and that's it. Like it just ends like on a creepy note, and it just goes on to the next story. They each their own standalone stories in each episode. So if you're a big fan of horror and Junji Ito's work in general, I recommend to go watch that. I'm enjoying it pretty well. It's not something I can really binge watch for some reason. I think it's something you just watch once every few days. And I think just one more for good measure. One anime I've been watching, or I tried to watch, was Bufuri. I Don't Want to Get Hurt, so I'll max out my defense season 2. I tried watching some of season 1, and to be honest, I was not that impressed. I got to like episode 2 or 3, and it was boring. I gotta say, it just sucked. Don't watch it. It's just your average isekai anime. It was a girl that's super strong. She's like, it almost felt like the female version of the Shield hero almost, but a lot worse, I guess I could say. It's kind of crazy how a lot of these animes just get pushed out constantly. Just like this dog one that they call My Life as Inuka-san's Dog. This is for all you down badass motherfuckers out there. It's one of the most weird anime I've ever seen. I didn't even watch the anime, to be honest. I saw the preview. I read the manga a little bit. I'm not proud of it, but curiosity always gets to me, and it's one of the weirdest animes. Basically, there's a little dog, and to make things weirder, they name it Pochita. I don't know why. I'm guessing Pochita is maybe a pretty common pet name in Japan. So a guy gets turned into a dog. His crush finds him, and apparently she's weird. I don't want to say weird, but I guess different, and likes dogs a lot. Like it seems like it's gonna get really fucking weird. Like it almost feels like it should be a fucking weird hentai, but that's basically the whole premise of the show. The dog, you know, seeing her tits, he's all over the place licking her and shit like that, and then her friend likes the dog too, and it's a back and forth, and they find out he's a person. It's a wacky ass anime. I can't say I recommend it. It has a 5.5 score on my anime list. Doesn't look like many others recommend it either. I probably won't watch the anime, to be honest, after reading the manga. It wasn't all that. I don't think it's worth even watching personally for me. So as you can see, there's a lot of isekai anime. There's a lot of long running anime that have been proven to be good. One Piece, Vinland Saga, Bungo Stray Dogs, that are still out, and thankfully they got more seasons and coming out. So even if there are a bunch of lame releases of anime, we still got something to fall back on. But yeah, that's about it. I just want to go over all the anime I was watching, currently watching, enjoying, not so much enjoying, surprisingly enjoying, Tomo-chan, and just letting you guys know, giving you some recommendations, and yeah, that's about it.